You know what? It was actually really cool to do that. Okay. Hey. What is up? Something is happening, but I don't know what it is. So hi. Yeah. And then there was light. Okay, guys. So what's up? Hi. I hope you're all doing good. I am excited for the Bible quiz today. Yeah, for those that don't know, what's up? My name is Ngatekwa. We are in, I don't know if you can see that, season 4. We're in season 4 of the Bible quiz. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm just going to go through the rules because they are relatively simple. I have 10 questions. The quiz is out of 10, hence the 10 questions. Today it's going to be out of 15 though, because I'm just like giving you guys space. But I have 10 questions, 5 from the Old Testament, 5 from the New Testament. If you know the answers, please don't write the answers in the comments. Please don't write the answers in the comments. It just, it takes away from the competition, I guess. And yeah, just a reminder, guys, that like, if you don't know what's going on with these questions, join us anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. And yeah, and it means if you don't know the answer, it means you're learning something. So it would be really cool to see you anyway. We meet every second Monday at 8 o'clock. It is now 8:02. Okay. But yeah, we meet every second Monday, and it'll be cool to see what comes out of tonight's quiz. Okay, so I have my tea here. I have ice cream that is busy defrosting there. The only reason that I can eat ice cream during this cold winter is because it's from the Royal Danish. Royal Danish, you can have any time of year, right? Okay, cool. So let's get into it. So on your piece of paper, write 1 to 5 twice. Okay, so 1 to 5 for Old Testament, 1 to 5 for New Testament, and then, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I just need to do things here for YouTube. Hey guys, it's tough. Okay. It's cool because on YouTube you can blur your background, but Facebook and Instagram, you guys, you get me as I am. So I'm actually going to move. Oh, yeah. All of the things happening. Okay. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Okay, so question number 1, Bible quiz. Okay, question number 1, Old Testament. What town or city was Jonah sent to? So Jonah, the minor prophet Jonah, the guy who was swallowed by a fish. What town was he sent to? What town was he sent to? Okay, question number 2, Hosea. Okay, oh yeah, we're for the minor prophets tonight, I guess. Okay, so Hosea, God said to him, hey homie, I want you to go and marry a prostitute. Okay, and he went and he married her and they had children, and it was this whole symbolism thing, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. But I want to know, what was the name of Hosea's wife? So what was the name of Hosea's wife? His wifey. And she couldn't handle being married. Then she even left and she went back. Hey, and then he had to buy her again. Oh, guys. The book of Hosea is a lot, hey? It is a lot, I'm just saying. Okay, so question number 3. Hello, Andre. Hi, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Sherry. Oh, hey, guys. Oh, look at that. Yeah, okay, cool. Where was I? Okay, so question number 2, Old Testament, was what was the name of Hosea's wife? Question number 3. Okay, I want to know which king? Okay, so what was the name of the king that he served under? Okay, because obviously, so Daniel served under many kings. But I want to know, there was a king who made him like chief, who put him in charge of the administrators and the satraps and, like all those type of people in the land. What was the name of the king who put Daniel in charge of those guys? What was the name of the king who put Daniel, who made Daniel the chief of the administrators and the satraps? Yeah, but I mean, I visit every now and then, right? You can visit me too. I'm just saying. Okay, question number 4. Proverbs 18. Ha! Proverbs 18. Oh my gosh, guys, the first 3 questions were legit minor prophets. Just like putting it out there. It's not, they're not minor prophets because they were small. They're minor prophets because the size of their books compared to the major prophets, is small. So, I mean, it's a lot easier to read Daniel than it is to read Isaiah, right? Or Ezekiel or Jeremiah. Okay, so question number 4. Proverbs 18 says, something comes before a person's downfall. Okay, so I want to know what comes before a person's downfall, according to Proverbs 18. I didn't do that here. It's okay. What comes before a person's downfall, according to Proverbs 18? Oh, that won't help. That won't help at all. Let's see. Yeah, it might just. Okay. And then question number 5, Old Testament. Guys, I love that we're doing so well on time. I love it. For those of you wondering, what does she mean or where's the time? We're together from 8 until 8:30. Okay, so I only have half an hour with you. Okay, question number 5. According to Psalm 23, the Lord prepares a table for us. I want to know, where does he prepare a table for us? Psalm 23 says, he prepares a table for me somewhere. Where does he prepare a table for me? Okay, I'm going to give you guys like 20 seconds. I'll give you 20 seconds. Running through let me know, does anybody need me to repeat any of the questions, or are we good? Oh, okay. So I've just seen if I do that then. Okay, anyway, let me know. Otherwise, if we're good, then let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go through the answers. Facebook just gave me a notification. Your daily time reminder. You spent 10 minutes using the Facebook app today. Thanks, Facebook. Okay, question number 1. Question number 1. What town or city was Jonah sent to? Jonah was sent to Nineveh. Okay, and the answer for that is in Jonah 1, verse 1. Okay, question number 2. Hosea was asked to, go and marry a prostitute. What was the name of the lady he married? The name of his wife. Her name was Gomer. Gomer, Gomer. Spelling won't count, but you need to have written Gomer, right? That is found in Hosea chapter 1, verse 3. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's my hair. I have a friend who hates this BD. She tells me every time she sees me that she wishes she could take it and burn it. It's so funny. Okay, question number 3. Which king made Daniel the chief over all the administrators and satraps in the land? That was King Darius. Okay, so just to give context to the story, many people talk about Daniel and the lion's den. The reason why he ended up in the lion's den was because Darius made him chief of all the administrators in the land, and the guys were jealous. So they were looking for a way to get back at Daniel. And then they were like, oh, he prays. Let's get the homie in his prayer closet. And then you know, that whole story kind of unraveled. So it was King Darius. A lot of Daniel's story is actually shared under the different kings that he served. But Darius is nice. I like Darius. It's not spelled the same as Darius Daniels, but you know, Darius, it's a good name anyway. Question number 4. Proverbs 18 says, what comes before a person's fall? The answer there is pride. Pride comes before a person's downfall. Okay, depending on what translation you read it in, they'll say fall, or some might even say, some won't even say person, some will just say pride comes before the fall. That is in Proverbs 18, verse 12. Oh, and question 3, the Darius and Daniel story is in Daniel 6, okay, verse 1 to 3. Daniel 6, verse 1 to 3. It's always weird, like when people say 1 to 3, I'm like, do they mean verse 1, verse 2, and verse 3, or from verse 1 to verse 3? Obviously, they mean from verse 1 to verse 3, but it's a happy coincidence. Let's call it that, right? It's a happy coincidence. Okay, last question in the Old Testament. According to the book of Psalms, in chapter number 23, the Lord prepares a table for us. Where does he prepare the table? He prepares a table in the presence of my enemies. In the presence of my enemies. Okay, that is Psalm 23:5. So he prepares a table for us in the presence of our enemies. Okay, Anger's always used the wrong king. The wrong king for Daniel. I think like out of all the stories we get of Israelites in exile, Daniel, I think he's probably the guy that lived the most. Because I think we actually had it last season, right? Where I asked how many kings did Daniel serve under? I think it's like 4 or 5. Because he served under Nebuchadnezzar, he served under Darius. He wasn't there around Cyrus. Ooh, I guess I need to go and read some, but I'm sure we asked it once. It sounds like a question I asked. If I haven't asked that question, I'll probably ask it next week. My questions are easier than courses. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Thank you. I will let Kosi know that you said that. Sometimes I really do though. And in fact, I think Kosi's just trying to catch us out. I legit feel like that. It puts me in all sorts of fields. Okay, so 1 to 5 out of the Old Testament. You get a score out of 5 for the Old Testament. Let's move on then to the New Testament. Okay, so in the New Testament, question number 1. Now I kind of feel bad because you just said my questions are easier than Kosi's, and now I'm chowing you a little bit. But I have to chow you a little bit, guys. There have to be some questions that are like, you know, I don't know, for those that are, I don't know, studying through certain books or reading through certain books and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so question number 1. Jude mentions in the book of Jude is 1 chapter, okay, but in the book of Jude, he mentions one of the archangels by name, and I want to know which archangel does he mention. Okay, so here's the thing. This question is 50-50, right? Because obviously Lucifer's not in heaven anymore, okay? So there's 2 left. If you don't know any of the 2, it's late. But if you do know, the names of any of the archangels that are currently serving, you know, in heaven, then at least you've got a 50% chance. So I just want to know, in the book of Jude, he mentions an archangel. It's actually really interesting. You should go and read about like what happens for him to name this. But which archangel does he mention? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Question number 2. I want to know in Luke 11. Okay, in Luke 11, Jesus shares the parable or tells a story of this guy who comes to his neighbor at midnight and he's like, "Oh me, I have people who have come like to visit me. Please, I need food." Okay. And the neighbor's like, "Hey man, it's midnight. Like we've already, hey Clarissa, we've already like packed up and we're in bed and we're asleep. Go away." And this guy's like, help me out, please. You know, and he keeps persisting and stuff. And then eventually this guy gives him the food, not because he wants to, but because he's trying to get rid of him, right? I want to know what is the food that he asked for. So he didn't ask, like he doesn't ask for food. He asked for a specific type of food. What does he ask for? What is the food that he asked for? What is the food that he asks for in this parable or in the story that Jesus is telling us? After the story, then Jesus, you know, kind of goes into the whole, well, it depends on the translation again. So some of them, he goes into, you know, ask and you'll, well, all of them, it's the bottom line of the story is ask and you'll receive, seek and you shall find, right? Knock and it will be opened. But like there's a, yeah, you know, it's the way Matthew tells the story. Yeah, it's not different translations, it's different gospels. There we go. Matthew tells the story, then kind of going into the whole, you know, if you then being evil. So, yeah. So what is the type of food that this guy asks his neighbor for? The annoying neighbor, the persistent neighbor, or whatever characteristic you want to pull out of the story. Okay, question number 3. Jesus turned water into wine at a wedding. Jesus turned water into wine at a wedding. Okay, the wedding was in Cana. Cana is a small part of big city. And I want to know, what is the name of big city? The Bible actually says, okay, it says the wedding in Cana and then it gives the name of the place. I want to know, what's the name of that region, the bigger region that Cana is in? Ooh. Okay, what is the name of that region? What is the name of that region? Question number 4. Okay, I mean, you could guess. I guess there's a few good guesses that you could get out of that. Okay, question number 4. I want to know who asked the question or who said the statement, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" Can anything good come from Nazareth? I want to know who said that statement. Jesus was talking to these 2 guys and it was really cool. And if you've watched The Chosen, they've actually already done this episode. It was a really cool episode, like a really cool episode. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, he was talking to these 2 guys, or the one guy was talking to the other guy, you know, and he was like, "Oh, haven't you heard Jesus from Nazareth?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, did I just give away the answer?" No, I didn't. He was like, "Jesus from Nazareth is right away." And then this guy's like, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" Who said that statement? And question number 5. Okay, so remember I told you, okay, just focus with me quickly. Okay, if you weren't really listening to me because I talk a lot, that's fine. But now I need to focus. I said I have 10 questions, but today's quiz is out of 15 because this question, the last question of the night, okay, it is worth 6 marks because I want 6. So depending on the translation, some have 15 and some have 17, okay? But let's just agree, there are 15 works of the flesh that the Bible mentions in Galatians, right? In Galatians 5. There are 15 in total. I'm only asking for 6. Okay, I'm asking for 6. So can you name 6 works of the flesh? Not fruit of the spirit, but works of the flesh. Okay, I must actually open the translation. It's got the 17, you know, it's going to be. Okay, this is going to be fun. Okay, so I want to know, question number 5, last question for the evening. Of the 15 or of the 17 works of the flesh, give me 6. Just 1 6. I don't know, I couldn't think of a song that had 6. So I'm just like, Woo, sorry. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. The works of the flesh. Okay, that's NIV. Let's do King James as well. For my sake, let's do King James, right? I'm sure some of you are going to come from like CSB or if anyone comes from Old King James, you're my guy. We're in the middle of a Bible plan now, reading through, I must actually do my reading for today. But we're reading through the New Testament in 40 days. And I am reading it through the NLT, the New Living Translation. Yes. Yes, I am reading it through the New Living Translation. It is interesting. It is very different from King James. It's even a little bit different from New King James. Like there's things there. Anyway, I'm going to keep quiet for like 20 seconds so that you can write down, also that you can think about the works of the flesh. Remember, of the 17, I just want 6. What are 6 works of the flesh? And I know it says, what does it say? It says, and the like, and some just like these. That one doesn't count as one, okay? You actually have to name one. Always mentioning Nebuchadnezzar when it comes to that's fine. Oh, I think he's mixing stories. He's mixing the lion's den with the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So then it becomes a story. Or maybe he's creating a new story. Okay, I'm really going to keep quiet now so that you guys can think. It's weird to keep quiet. This is my timer. Okay, let's go through the answers for the New Testament. Okay, so question number 1. Jude mentions an archangel in his book. Who is it? So the 2 archangels that we currently have are Gabriel and Michael, okay? And the archangel that is mentioned in the book of Jude in verse 9 is Michael. Okay, so Michael is mentioned in Jude 9. He's the angel who rebukes Satan over the body of Moses. That's what I'm saying. Go and read it. It's really cool. It's very cool to picture that scene. Okay, question number 2 in Luke 11, Jesus shares a story about a neighbor who wants bread, and then the guy eventually gives him, the neighbor who wants food, and then the guy eventually gives. Well, it's fine. This is the answer part of it anyway, right? So the neighbor who wants food, and then he gives him the food because he just wants the neighbor to go away. What type of food is he asking for? The answer is bread. Okay. The answer is bread, and that is in Luke 11, verse 5. Okay. Yes, that is the correct answer. I accept that. Okay, question number 3. Oh my gosh, guys, did I not give it away in asking the question? Now I'm like, okay, I want to go back and look. Anyway, question number 3. Jesus turned water into wine at a wedding in Cana. Okay, Cana is a small part of a bigger place. What is the bigger place? Or what is the name of the town that Cana is in? Guys, Cana is in Galilee. Okay, Cana is in Galilee. I love it. So I know he heard it from somewhere, but more recently I've been hearing it from him. Uncle Kilianos, he loves saying, find a church that reads and believes all of the Bibles, even the maps. I think he heard it from Bill Johnson. I don't know who Bill Johnson heard it from. But anyway, but yes. So reading the Bible with the maps, can I just say, or reading the Bible through the maps, like starting, being like, okay, cool. Let's take Galilee, for instance. Let's read everything that happened around the town of Galilee. It is mind-blowing. Just throwing that out there. Okay, anyway, maybe we should actually do that. But I'm really keen to get into the songs, so maybe later. Okay, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Galilee. Yes, Galilee. So that is John 2, verse 1. Okay, John chapter 2, verse 1 talks about Jesus being turning water, or Jesus attending the wedding, and the wedding was in Cana, and Cana is in Galilee. Okay, question number 4. Who asked the question, can anything good come from Nazareth? Okay, so I said the Chosen did do the scene. In the Chosen, I probably should have said, hey, that in the Chosen, the guy that said it isn't the guy from the Bible. Oops. Okay, but anyway, so Nathaniel said that, right? So Philip and Nathaniel were talking, and Philip was like, dude, Jesus of Nazareth is around, and no. And Nathaniel's like, can anything good come from Nazareth? And then eventually Jesus and Nathaniel meet, and then Jesus is like, hey, Nathaniel, I saw you, even when you were under the tree. And Nathaniel was like, oh no. Anyway, so that was Nathaniel. Spelling does not count there, because even when I spell his name, I need to remember that the A comes before the E. It's weird, but it's Nathaniel. And that answer is found in John chapter 1, verse 46. Okay, John chapter 1, verse 46. Guys, the last question for the evening. Okay, name 6 works of the flesh. So I'm going to read through the list of all of them. And as I read through them, if what is on your piece of paper is what I am saying, then you get the mark. If what is on your piece of paper is not what I'm saying, you do not get the mark. Okay, and there's no inferences here, like there's no, yeah, but it means the same thing. No, it must be this. Otherwise, you must tell me what translation you're reading it from. Right. So the works of the flesh. Right. Let's start. What translation is this? New King James. Let's start with NIV, because NIV is simple English. Okay. So the answer is found in Galatians 5, verse 19 to 21. Okay, and then 22, the fruits of the Spirit start. But this is what it says. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, which is one I struggle with if you don't know me, selfish ambition. I mean, we struggle with all, but that's, God help me there. Selfish ambition, dissensions, factions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. Okay, so that's the list from the NIV. I'm going to read the list from the New King James. Guys, for every one of these that you've written down, you get a mark, right? Remember, I said the quiz is going to be out of 15 today, even though there's 10 questions. This is where you scored. Okay, so from verse 19, now the works of the flesh are evident, which are, this is from New King James: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, God help me, jealousies, God help me, outbursts of wrath, which I've already owned up to, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, big one, envy, big one, murders, drunkenness, revelries, or I don't know, revelries, is that how you say it? Like when you revel, yeah, and the like. Okay, so if you got any of those, you get your mark. Total your score out of 15, or total your score out of 10 for the New Testament, and then add the scores together for your score out of 15. Let me know how you did. It's already 8:30, so I'm going to cut it here, but please let me know how you did. I'd love to know. It means I got excited. Oh, I got excited on the break. That's why. I'd love to know. And then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Right. I'll see you in 2 weeks. If you're gathering with friends and doing this, thanks again for joining us. That's really cool to hear. 9 out of 15. Oh my gosh, well done. Well done. Yeah. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And please do let me know your scores like offline. I really enjoy talking through some of the answers you wrote down, or some of the answers you got wrong. But cool. Enjoy reading the Bible, guys, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.